What's up, guys? I'm super excited to show you this bike. If you've watched any of my last few moto vlogs or anything like that, you probably have heard me talk about wanting a newer modern bike. You've probably heard me compare the Africa Twin and the 1090 and some other bikes, and I pretty much said that I wanted a modern bike, as in like EFI and maybe like a parallel twin or something like that. Something super reliable and smooth that I could feel comfortable taking long distances, carry some luggage, tour a little bit, maybe double the girlfriend and carry luggage. You've heard me talk about that a lot. I've been torn on what I wanted. I could not really make myself drop 10 or 15,000 on a twin or a 1090 right now, but I did get something pretty cool. I tried to kind of get a version of those, maybe not quite as capable, but still cool, and maybe one of those two a little later down the line or something. But I think you'll find this thing pretty interesting. All right, let's reveal it. That's right, guys. It's a Kawasaki Versys 650. And to be honest, this bike didn't even pop into my mind until just about 2 weeks ago. And actually was reading some forums about some guys on KLRs, and some guy piped up and basically said that this was maybe a cheap substitute for an Africa Twin if you modded it enough. And it kind of got me looking at them, and man, these are super affordable. These things only retail for about 8,000 new, and you can pick them up for 3,000 all day. This is a 2012 model, and I picked this one up for 3,000. There's not a lot of used ones in my area, but the ones that are available are. But the ones that are available are super affordable. I mean, basically, I've dropped a third of what I would have dropped on an Africa Twin, a fifth of what I would have dropped on a 1090. I bought it all in cash. I have no bike payment. It looks sharp. It's never been laid down. I mean, there's literally not a scratch on it. And it's super capable, guys. It's a 650 parallel twin, fuel injected. I mean, it's got all the farkles and stuff you need as far as like digital speedo, the clock. It's got a fuel gauge, which is awesome. It's got a windshield on it already. This one actually came with a Two Brothers exhaust, and he also gave me the stock exhaust, so I may take that off there because it's kind of loud. But man, it's such a cool bike. It's just so smooth. He had these devil's eye fog lights on it. They strobe, they light up red, they got the ring around them, they're super cool. And he actually custom made, the guy I got it from custom made this rack for the back, which is super cool. So I don't know, man. There's always the chance I won't like it, but it's one of those things that if I don't like it, I can get rid of it in a couple years for just about what I paid for it. So I'm going to start it up now so you guys can listen to it. show you the fog lights. Pretty cool, right? Strobing a little bit. Yeah, man, I'm super happy with it. I got to ride it for the first time today, so I'll be showing you guys that video too of the GoPro. But man, I had a ZX10 for a long time, and it was a nice road bike, man. But I just feel like I could take roads even faster on this because it does set up a little higher, like a dirt bike, and a dirt bike is my forte. I mean, you can look right down through here and see the forks. The bars are set up a little higher. You're not leaned over against this tank. You sit just about straight up, but yet you're sink just enough into the seat to where it's comfortable. I feel like I could probably ride this 200, 250 miles in a day, no problem. Everything's comfy. Super smooth, quiet on the road. It'll run at 60 miles an hour at only 4,000 RPMs, which is nice. So it's definitely a super capable road bike. I mean, you could shred on it on the tarmac. Now, on the gravel, it does okay. I was surprised because the power is so smooth that you can crack on it, and it might break traction, but it doesn't break traction enough, even with the street slick on it, it doesn't break traction enough to want to kick out left or right. So it still stays pretty straight, or kicks out just a little bit until you let off. But we're really going to see what this thing can do, because I'm putting knobbies on this thing. That's right, I'm going to put either the Shinko 804, 805 big blocks, or some TKC 80s. Not quite sure yet, but it's going to look like a zombie apocalypse bike or something like that. It's going to be cool. The goal maybe is hopefully put crash bars and skid plates and stuff on it. And I've seen guys take these like super off-road. That's not really my plan with this thing. It's just simply too nice, at least not right now. My plan with this bike is to make it a gravel machine. So I put the knobbies on it. It'll still work on asphalt perfectly, but that is what I'm hoping is going to turn it into a really good handling bike on gravel roads, which is what I want to be on a lot. Off the beaten path a little bit as far as roads, see some countryside, take some different routes. That's kind of my goal with this thing. So I don't know. We'll see what it does. It may handle them great. I mean, guys take these in the dirt and everything, so you just got to kind of take your time. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, man, it's got 9,000 miles on it. I'm super pumped for this machine. I'm going to try to make this my main commuter, ride it back and forth as much as I can. And I'll probably keep this thing for when I know I'm going dual sporting, when I know I'm taking pretty more technical trails and stuff. There's still a challenge on that DR because it is big and heavy. But the DR probably will end up pushed to the side a little bit. And this will be my main commuter bike. Try to keep as many miles off my truck as I can. But guys, I am super excited about this. And hopefully you guys will stick around with me and watch me do some stuff to this thing. I'll be doing some moto vlogs on it. Just throwing my thoughts out to you guys. Like I said, the crash bars, the skid plate, the tires. I'm probably going to have to get a kit to raise this fender up a couple inches so the knobs don't rub. That Two Brothers exhaust, I know most people will say it sounds good. I want a quiet bike, guys. I want to be able to hear myself think when I'm riding and not turn heads everywhere I go and let people know I'm there. And so I did get the stock exhaust with it, and I might be throwing that back on. I'm probably going to throw it on when I do the tires and at least see what it sounds like and make a decision after that. So Only thing I noticed about it that's kind of sketchy is the clutch is kind of hard to pull in. And I don't know if that's normal. I mean, it feels fine when you're moving, but when you just give it a slip. But when you have to pull it all the way in when it's sitting still, it's rough. So this is a 2012, and a friend of mine just picked up a 2014, a green one. So I'm going to ride his and see if the clutch feels the same. But I'm normally not a yellow guy at all. But something about this one, man, this solar yellow where it's mostly black. I don't know. I love this color. It just kind of set it off for me. This, maybe not this color, but this scheme particularly. I really like it. So I'm pumped. And all right, I'm going to get out of here now. But I'll be making some more videos on this bike and some more moto vlogs. And thanks for watching, guys. Catch you on the next one.